In a future America ruled by an authoritarian regime, a chilling spectacle is held every year, an event known only as the Long Walk. It's not a race in the conventional sense, but rather a harrowing test of endurance, obedience, and psychological survival. The rules are brutal. 100 teenage boys must keep walking at a pace of at least 4 miles per hour. No breaks, no stopping, no mercy. If a participant falls below the speed for more than 30 seconds, he receives a warning. 3 warnings. And he is shot dead on the spot by armed soldiers escorting the group. The last boy left walking wins, anything he wants for the rest of his life. Riches, power, freedom. But the price for glory is watching 99 others die. This is the terrifying premise of The Long Walk, a new dystopian thriller adapted from Stephen King's 1979 novel, which he originally published under the pen name Richard Bachman. The Martyr film, directed by Francis Lawrence, best known for his work on The Hunger Games and I Am Legend, is scheduled for release in September 2025 and is already generating strong buzz for its faithful, unflinching approach to the source material. Unlike most action-packed dystopian blockbusters, The Long Walk is deliberately slow, intense, and psychological. It's less about grand rebellion and more about the inner lives of these boys as they push their minds and bodies to the edge of collapse, all under the public eye and the silent gaze of their handlers. Cooper Hoffman stars as Ray Garrity, the protagonist, a Maine teenager who volunteers for the walk and quickly discovers that it's not just a game, it's a nightmare masked as national entertainment. Mark Hamill takes on the role of the Major, the enigmatic military figure who oversees the contest. Alongside them are a talented ensemble including Colin O'Brien, Charlie Tahan, and others portraying fellow walkers, each with their own reasons for entering the deadly competition. As the film progresses, bonds form, rivalries ignite, and the haunting question of why are we doing this begins to echo louder with each mile. The walk becomes a mirror to society's obsessions with spectacle, with punishment, with control. Each step these boys take is both a defiance of their limits and a surrender to a system that offers no compassion. It's a coming-of-age story stripped of sentimentality, replacing first loves and school dances with death marches and moral ambiguity. And yet, even amid the horror, there is humanity. Moments of camaraderie, philosophical dialogue, and haunting introspection that elevate the story beyond mere dystopian survival. So why should you watch The Long Walk? Because it's not just another adaptation of a Stephen King novel, it's one of his most disturbing, emotionally resonant, and intellectually engaging works. The movie doesn't shy away from the bleakness of the original text. In fact, early reviews from test screenings have praised its faithfulness to the novel's emotional intensity. The cinematography, reportedly shot in long continuous takes, mimics the relentless, inescapable forward motion of the walk itself. The sound design, the constant shuffle of feet, the drone of the wind, the silence of the audience watching from afar, is engineered to make you feel every mile with the characters. Francis Lawrence, in interviews, has said that what drew him to the project was not just the dystopian setting, but the psychological elements. How fear, hope, guilt, and defiance evolve in these boys over the course of the walk. He approached the story with a commitment to realism, ensuring that the deaths don't feel like video game eliminations but deeply personal, tragic moments. The R rating also allows the film to depict the harshness and violence inherent in the concept without holding back. If you've seen The Hunger Games, think of The Long Walk as its more mature, more psychologically harrowing cousin. It's stripped of glamour, less about defying a system, and more about understanding what kind of system could turn children into participants in such horror, and why they would choose to walk anyway. The horror here is not just in the violence, but in the quiet acceptance of it by the society watching on. Now contrast this with another upcoming thriller, Hallow Road, releasing around the same time. Directed by Babak Anvari and starring Rosamund Pike and Matthew Rhys, Hallow Road tells the story of parents receiving a harrowing call from their daughter, who has been in a car accident on a desolate stretch of road. As they try to locate her, what unfolds is a psychological, emotional, and possibly supernatural unraveling of the family's past and secrets. While both films share thriller elements and a foreboding tone, they are entirely different in scope and purpose. Where The Long Walk explores endurance on a mass scale, critiquing authoritarianism and mass desensitization, Hallow Road is intimate, a story about parents and their child, about loss, and the haunting past that creeps into the present. One plays out in the open, on a long stretch of road surrounded by death and spectatorship. The other unfolds in isolation, marked by a creeping dread and emotional unraveling. The Long Walk is about what society does to its children. Hallow Road is about what families carry within them, the damage we don't always see until it's too late. So if you're in the mood for an emotionally intense, socially reflective dystopian thriller that stays with you long after the credits roll, The Long Walk is worth every minute. It challenges viewers to consider not just the story itself, but the world that makes such a story feel disturbingly plausible. It's a brutal, beautiful, and sobering journey, one that demands not just your attention, but your reflection. And when it's over, you may find yourself asking, how far would I walk and for what would I even start?